I found this image of Oprah online, and I got so enamored with what it means when people put their hands together, what they're trying to say, or the statement they're making. Or I was just so drawn to her hands. This was the beginning of this series that I've since called Hand in Hand. And I finished Oprah, and I went back online, and I just started searching online, looking for another image. And I stumbled upon this image of Barack. And I immediately I just kind of fell in love with this image of him. And this was before Oprah came out to endorse Barack. It had nothing to do with this endorsement. In fact, when she came out to endorse Barack, I was blown away, because the things in my studio were Oprah and Barack. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this was just meant to be. There was something that was meant to be. I started thinking about how this can be put out into the world in some way. There's somehow use it in a way, because it could be put out there, right? And some energy could be somehow gotten from it. Anyway, so I thought, maybe this image could be donated in some way and used. People would maybe like it the way I like it, and it could be reproduced, and it could be raise money for like the school in Africa or something. And then I realized, well, geez, if I could do this with Oprah, maybe I could even do this with Barack, and somehow reproduce this image and sell it and raise money to be donated to this campaign. And so a girlfriend of mine who saw this ripped out an article in the Sunday New York Times about an artist whose name I now know him is Shepard Fairey. He did a portrait of Barack, and he was plastering them all over California, and Googled his name, found his studio online, sent him an email, and I basically said in my email, like, bravo, I love what you did. I love the portrait. I'm also an artist. I went to Cooper Union, he went to RISD. I knew, we were a similar generation. And would he consider helping me make contact with the right person at the Obama campaign? I would love to donate this work to them. And he immediately sent me an email back saying, happy to help you. And he basically, that night, I get a call from the external media director of the Obama campaign, telling me who he is, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm eating dinner with my kids, it's noisy. I'm like, wait a minute. I just could not believe who I'm talking to. And I sent him the Dalai Lama image and Oprah and Barack. A couple weeks later, I got an email back from him saying, we'd be happy for you to do some portraits of Barack. And I had suggested in my email, maybe if this portrait doesn't work, send me some images. I'd be happy to work from your images. And they did. They sent me these 10 different images. They wanted me to do another image where Barack has that sort of, I think, a peaceful, very contemplative, look. And I like to work in series. I mean, they weren't thinking they were going to, they were looking for one image, but because I work in series, I thought, you know what, I would do 3 of them, and they can use all 3, or they could, you pick one or whatever. And so I decided to do all 3 at the same time, sort of simultaneously. So I'm kind of just back and forth, going from one to another. They're kind of talking to each other as they go. My hope is I've never been able to financially donate money to people or to causes, and I felt like as an artist I have an asset that can be put out in the world and used. And so if this art can bring money in to help Barack Obama become the next president, then it's an honor to me to be able to use my talent to do that.